I welcome you all to another interesting session of Class 8 English Prose. The name of the lesson is Coming Home to Delhi. We all know Delhi is the capital of India and it's a very interesting city. The author of this story is Madhur Jaffrey. I have given you the picture of the author on the screen. Let us know more about the author. Madhur Jaffrey is an Indian-born actress, food and travel writer, and a television personality. She is recognized for bringing Indian cuisine to the Western Hemisphere with her debut book, An Invitation to Indian Cooking, in 1973, which was inducted into the James Beard Foundation's Cookbook Hall of Fame in 2006. She has written over a dozen cookbooks and appeared on several related television programs, the most notable of which was Madhur Jaffrey's Indian Cookery, which premiered in the UK in 1982. She is the food consultant of Dawat, considered by many food critics as one of the best Indian restaurants in the New York City. In 2004, she was named an honorary commander of the Order of the British Empire in recognition of her services to cultural relations between the United Kingdom, India and the United States through her achievements in film, television and cookery. Let us look at the summary of the story. The story is like a personal essay that reads the opening chapter of an autobiography in which the writer fondly fits the memories of a childhood in an extended family within the wider context of Delhi as the city in which she grew up. So here the author is trying to come up with her own experiences. She has written it in a form of an essay which has a lot of emotions in it, and it's like part of her autobiography. She has not only written about her personal memories but also has given a lot of information about Delhi, the city in which she grew up. The city, both old and new, comes alive with her references to the Delhi of the historical past, to the Delhi of her childhood right now, at the time of writing, where she comments on the continuity of simple habit like taking the same lunch like chapati, potato peas curry and pickle. So she talks about and compares Delhi, what was in the past, and the same city during her childhood, and she says that nothing has changed. I mean, most of the things remain the same. So when she compared the old and new Delhi, she says many things such as simple habit of taking lunch like chapati, potato peas curry and pickle even now continues. So she says not many things have changed. While describing Delhi's past, she refers to the kings in particular who built forts, canals, palaces and gardens to manifest their political power and also to recreate the climate in their native that they pinned for. So she also talks about the history of Delhi, where she mentions about the kings who had built a lot of buildings, monuments, forts, canals just to exhibit their political power and also create an environment in their own place which they had longed for. She writes with warmth as she describes her childhood in an extended family with her grandfather as the head. So she then talks about her childhood where she spent it in an extended family with her cousins, aunt, uncles, where her grandfather was the head of the family and the time spent with all of them in a very warm way. She adds humor when she provides details about the 2 cars that were packed with some 6 adults and 24 children as well as food for their family picnic. So she also mentions about an incident where they had decided on a family outing and how 30 of them were packed in just 2 cars. So that gives us that gives a lot of humor to the audience when they read it. Her descriptions come alive while appealing to a sense of hearing, taste, sight and touch. So the way she has written the essay is so effective that when we read it, we can connect it, to the sights, like the images, it comes in front of our eyes. Taste, we can literally, kind of realize the taste of the food that she has described. Touch, we feel as though, we have gone to the monument and all the places that she has described and we are like literally touching that. So that's the impact of the essay. The writer contrasts close-ups with wide-angles images to provide a sense of perspective to the essay. She totally talks about minute incidents in her life which gives us a close idea of her life, but also she talks about wider range of lot of places and monuments in Delhi which are important. So here she uses both the angles to give a different perspective or a wider perspective of the place. The close-up of the children when the train crosses the Yamuna is contrasted with the wide-angle view of the minarets in Delhi. So she describes the fun and the excitement that the children have on their face when they are traveling by train, and when the train crosses the Yamuna river, how excited they are and are ready with a coin to be dropped in the river and wish for it. So this is something that we all would have experienced. So she compares that with the wide angle of the minarets in Delhi. So here also she uses both the techniques to have more impact. The mention of extended families packed in 2 cars makes way for the wide angle of picture of Qutub Minar with children rushing up and down the steps and the picnic fair laid on a sheet. So here she also talks about how the family were packed in 2 cars, gives us a close-up about how they had experienced it. She compares that with the wide angle of Qutub Minar, which is a famous monument in Delhi which has a lot of steps, and how the children were rushing up and down the steps, and also how the scene of picnic was laid on a sheet. So whenever we go out, with our family, we go on a picnic with our family, we can relate to all the fun and excitement that she would have had during that time by reading her experiences. So I've just given you a few pictures of famous monuments in Delhi like Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Lotus Temple. You can of course do a lot of research and find out many more. The learning outcomes that we understand after reading the lesson is we can understand how the writer has presented Delhi in a personal and historical context. She writes about her personal experiences and also the historical facts about Delhi. Identify the nostalgia in the essay. Like when we think about few memories and have a lot of emotion attached to it, we really feel like living it again. It's very important that way. So she talks about that. And here she also relates it, we can relate to an emotive essay with images of sight, sound and taste. So here it is like we can definitely relate ourselves to an essay with lot of emotions where we can connect ourselves to the sights, the images, the sound and the taste. So that's the way she has written the essay. To discuss the difference between a factual and emotive essay. What is a factual essay? It has a lot of facts. Emotive essay which has a lot of emotions. So she has written an essay in an emotive way which also has a lot of facts. So we can clearly understand how a factual essay would look and how an emotive essay would look. To identify the close-up and wide-angle techniques used in the essay. So we have been discussing throughout how she has, presented her own experiences, personal experiences in a very close-knit way where we can understand it in a closer way, and also the wide range of other things in Delhi which gives us a wide idea. So she has used both this technique to make the essay look more effective. So these are the learning outcomes, children. So kindly read the lesson for better understanding. Thank you, children.